Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Follow here. I hope everybody's doing good. We're doing B Tycoon. I haven't actually stopped doing B Tycoon since it was released. That's how much fun we've been having, guys. It's just been awesome. Now I'm going to show you some basic stuff, basic tips and tricks. I'm going to show you the boss battle. I'm going to tell you when you start receiving prestige shards and when I prestiged, what to spend your money on, what route I think was best for the skill sets, and all that will be in the video. The more in-depth detailed stuff, which like full walkthroughs, breakdowns, and 100% like best things to purchase, you probably wait 1 week or two so I can learn the game inside out, because if I give that information now, it's more than likely going to be wrong. So we're going to start over at the farm. Okay, now this is awesome, guys. I really like this. It's so cool having a home base that you're going to work on and progress while going out to do the farming and then coming back. It's very cool. As soon as this crafting table is available, make sure you purchase it. So this crafting table works as in you're going to pay the initial cost of what it's asking for. You're going to have to wait a certain amount of time and then you're going to get that reward back. So in 24 seconds for 50 honey, you're going to get 5 eggs. Very cheap, very good reward for when you're just starting out. I think they've got that actually perfect set. And the next one is you're going to have to pay a little bit more, wait a little bit longer, but you're going to get a better reward. And it's actually quite good because you don't want to be standing here for 24 seconds. You want to be able to go away and like do some farming, then come back and collect. So it's getting better as it goes along. Then the eggs start improving. You're going to get 10 purple eggs here, and then you're going to get 20. This one is actually the best. I use this one regularly. 7 minutes 21, especially with 2 crafting tables. So you're going to have this one open for most of the time, and then eventually you're going to be able to afford this one, and you can operate 2 crafting tables at once, which is very cool. Okay, and that is just like doubling up what you're getting. So your honey lemonade is something that I would definitely avoid. It costs 8.92 QA, and it's 5 minutes and 43 seconds for 5 feathers. Now, the reason saying avoid it is because you get paid 8 feathers for the boss kill, which you can do quicker than 5 minutes and 43 seconds even as a solo player. And you're getting paid eggs and money on top, so it seems not very practical to be clogging up the crafting table with something worse off than what you can do yourself. The only benefit from it is you can still farm and receive, and if you're not very good at boss rewards, you're still going to be able to get the feather, so that's probably why it's in. But let's get to the best one for me, which is honey toast. I love honey toast in real life, and I love it in this as well because you're going to start to receive your first prestige shard. Absolutely awesome. I think Blazing might have been the first in the Tycoons to start receiving prestige rewards before actually prestiging, which was one of the nicest things I think I've seen in the Tycoons, because you're not having to lose all your stuff and be able to start making some of the cool purchases. I really do like that. And you're going to be able to buy something at 2 prestige shards. So in like an hour, just under an hour, you're going to be able to buy something from your prestige area without needing to prestige, which is very cool. And I would say you're going to, then there's 2, and the next one is down to feathers. And again, I probably wouldn't be doing the feathers, and I certainly wouldn't be doing like bones. I think there's a bone one there, yeah. So when your mob drop rates are up, you're going to get that much quicker farming mobs than you are using the crafting table. So I wouldn't clog up the crafting table for boss rewards, boss keys. I just wouldn't do it. I would make sure you're probably focusing on either eggs or shards, but it will be mostly eggs. Your end result is going to be this huge amount of payment, 5k of each eggs for 49 minutes. Absolutely awesome. And if you've got 2 crafting tables going at once, well, that's a huge payment. Huge payment. So yeah, so that's the end goal. So that's the crafting table. Make sure you're using it, guys. So let's quickly talk about this amazing pet. Definitely for me, the best pet in any of the Tycoons. Love having like one pet as opposed to like a cluster around your feet and like blocking the views and getting annoying. Plus the fact he works independently, so if I attack something, he'll go about and do it, which is very cool. So yeah, so highly rate him. If you could name him in the comments for me, something funny, maybe channel appropriate. I got some names from people. I don't think I can say those in the channel. Over here, you're going to get a code eventually. You might have seen the enter code in the earlier versions of the game. That's been removed. That's something that will definitely be coming in. Hopefully I can twist Blazing's arm for that code. and we can get it out of the channel, which would be pretty cool. I've messaged him, and we'll see if he'll maybe we'll see what he says. And hopefully he'll do something awesome for us. Reset all data is hidden here, just in case you ever need it for anything. My advice would be to stay well away from it. It ruined my minor tycoon. Reset all. It cost me probably about $1,000 from losing data through all the accounts. So just be careful if you're going to use it. Yeah, so there's a warning for the reset. That's where it is if you're desperate for it. Weapons, 2.5 million for your little burst SMGs. Very, very good. And you're going to level up and evolve them, and it gets to level 100, and it's going to cost a certain amount. I can't remember what it was, and I think it's 80 feathers to be able to take this from the grey gun to the green gun. And to be fair, there is quite a noticeable difference even from that, especially on the bosses. And you're going to want to upgrade all your stats and bonuses, and then you're going to choose what perks you want. The perks I chose for the first time around was I had 2 gathers and 1 attack, and I'm running 3 times critical chance. Whether that's best or not, I won't know until I do further testing, guys. It was the highest numbers there at the time, so that's what I locked in place. Also, I spun 3, so it was like, you know what, I'll save some money and I'll keep them. It was the highest at the time. Again, as soon as you can evolve, make sure you do. So that is the weapons. Very, very cool. Again, guys. And we're going to move on to what you can purchase from Prestige. So Honey Surge. Honey Surge was the first thing you could buy using the crafting tables at the cost of only 2 Prestige shards. So you will be able to buy this one before prestiging, if you stay long enough before you prestige. It costs 2, then it costs 2, then it costs 3, then it costs 3. So then it's 4, then 4. I'm going to assume it's just going to go up like maybe 5 and 5, 6 and 6, and then it'll maybe do a bigger jump. But yeah, you can probably. I had 2 purchases before I prestiged. When to prestige is entirely up to you guys. It depends how you're feeling with your progression. I prestiged when I could afford this entire section over here. I think it was 10, 20, and 5 first time around, and I've purchased all of them once. And that was a cost of 35 prestige shards. The leftovers I put into the honey surge. Okay, so you start receiving prestige shards at the end of or halfway through this spooky zone first area. Okay, so it was about halfway through here that I noticed I started to see my prestige shards going up. Okay, and then I think it was, I'm pretty confident it was first area. If it's not, it's definitely second area, but I think it was first area. Okay, let me know. I don't want to say that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident it was the end of there. I started to see them going up. If not, it's 100% in the first 2 areas. You're going to see your prestige shards going up. And for me, I would be looking at probably something around 41-ish before prestiging. Uh, and just make sure that you're spending all your money as well. Okay, don't not spend your money. So make sure you're buying everything you can from gather damage and gather duration for the bee smoker, because otherwise you're going to lose all your money when you prestige. So you know, spend it. And this doesn't reset either. So again, everything in here, your movement speed, jumps, everything that you can afford to buy, make sure you buy. Especially focus on Final Strike and Chain Strike. As soon as they become available, purchase them. Okay, because they're important ones. And again, same from here. Health, okay, it's health, but mob drop rates is something you definitely want as quick as possible, so you can start receiving those keys as fast as you can. Okay, and again, this is your AFK section. Now I bought it because I had leftover money and it wasn't affecting really my total. But again, I've not really noticed it doing a huge improvement yet on anything. Not that I'll be using the actual farm for AFK anyway, so. Coming soon section, again your cosmetics, very cool. So make sure you're putting your eggs into here. So I've been quite bad at not collecting the stuff from the crafting table, so don't make my mistake. Make sure you're using the crafting table as much as possible. And I'm focusing on Final Strike mostly and gather rate at the moment, okay? And that puts up on your total body buff on your right. You can see my Final Strike and gather rate, okay? We've got gather rate and attack speed, and again, just keep topping everything up when you can, and you do notice an improvement with them. So let's go through and we're going to show you maybe a quick talk about this. This is one of the reasons why I like this more than Minor Tycoon, in my opinion. It's because it's got the open world feel. You know, I don't feel like I'm stuck in a box, a cage, or a cave, or anything. That's what I like most, and that's one of the things I like most about Lumberjack, was it felt open world, okay? And this has got the same feeling. I would say maybe if Blazing could maybe consider making those invisible, so just so it makes it feel like you're not enclosed, and you still got like that open world feel. It I don't know. I just think they would be better not being able to see them personally. That's a small negative, tiny little thing, nothing big at all. And we're going to go through to the third area. There are collectibles. There's 11 honey jars to collect. I think I'm at 5 or something at the moment. 4 or 5. And they're not been too difficult to find. It's just a case of opening up enough of the map to find them. You've got your area here, so you've got your huge hive. Now make sure you're breaking that as soon as you start to see it really coming down. I actually forgot about it, moved on too far, and then it was one hit, and the payment didn't really help me. So make sure you don't forget about this like I did. And I'd like to know how this works as well, because I did it solo. So I'd like to know if it's like the meteor, where one person hits it and another person breaks it. If it's like a shared reward, or if it's like only to the person who breaks it. It'd be quite interesting to know. I can't test that just now, but it'd be something cool to know later on. And we'll move on to the first boss battle, and we'll do this one quite quickly. Again, everything feels good. There is a little honey jar hidden here as well. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Huh. Okay. Is it over this side? Ah, he hasn't. I was like, has he updated it and he moved it? It's like, no. Okay, so we've got a little honey jar here, and there's one in this area before as well. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm just letting you see them. Okay. So, boss battle. Let's get in. We'll do the easy one. Okay, so we've got our green guns, so it's very, very fast on the green guns compared to the grey guns. I'm going to let you see some of his attacks. So he's got a swipe attack when he chases you, which is pretty cool. And then when he does that, that sort of pink circle attack, you just jump. You don't need to move, you can do it stationary. And then he's got this attack here, and you're just going to pretty much keep moving to the sides. As long as you don't stand stationary, you're pretty much okay in this one. But when you're doing the jumps, it's probably easier just to like stand in one place. But again, not difficult. The hardest part from him on the hard mode is his high health. It's not really his attacks. He's not too bad at all. So yeah, so very, very cool boss. And let's get rid of him and claim our rewards. Okay, job done. Claim our rewards. Even though you can claim it multiple times, you don't actually claim it multiple times. Okay, you only get the one payment. So very, very cool. And we're gonna go and I think see what else we need to do. I think that's just about everything. A little bit of AFK farming tip. This is very obvious, guys. I mean, we were doing this right at the beginning. I did this when I was like falling asleep. When the game was out, I think it was the first 2 hours because it came out for me. I think it was like 10 or 11, and I wanted to have a little nap because I'm getting old. So so make sure you're doing this, okay? Because regeneration time is 10 seconds, just about 10 seconds, okay? So if you're farming 2 for 1, you're halving your regeneration time, okay? So yeah, so make sure you're doing that. It is pretty obvious, guys. It's you know, but it's just in case you didn't miss it. It's said in the video, okay? And yeah, so we're going to teleport, which is awesome. One of my favorite things to do, believe it or not. I just love it. It's so Star Trek. It's awesome. So now we're going to talk about the skill tree and what direction I went and what direction I think you should go. Because we're on our second prestige now, and we're going to look at our skill tree. Now, first time around on critical hit, I went right, and I did the multi-crit, surge strike, and phantom strike. And on the combo strike, again, I went right again, and did multi-combo, accelerator, and multiplier. This time around, I went left, and I have to be honest, I think going right was much stronger. Uh, Whether or not that's true or not, I can't say for sure because I just can't say for sure at the moment. but it feels slower. I feel weaker this time around, and I've got the prestige percentage on top, so I don't think I should be feeling weaker after prestiging, but I somehow feel weaker this time around than what I did the first playthrough. So the only thing I can think that's different is I went a different direction on the skill set. So yeah, so personally, for the first two, I would stick to right. And then of course trial error yourself and see what one's best, see what combos work well together. You know, it might be like right over here, then it might be left on this side, and they work well together. There's a chance it's all the same. In the end, the math might just be it doesn't really matter what you pick, as long as you max out, you're going to be doing the same amount of damage. But if there is a difference, there is going to be a route that's worth taking the best, and people are going to have to find that route out because it's going to be a big benefit for your farming. Because you could, if you choose the wrong route and you have all four in the wrong direction, and it is paying different amounts, and your farming is going to be way lower than somebody who's like optimized it. So that's something we'll need to look at in the future and choose the best routes, and I'll let you know as soon as I know what best option to take. So yeah, and also don't do what I did. When you prestige, you lose your skill trees set, okay? I forgot about it until I think it was like in the second area in the forest section. So just make sure you are purchasing them as soon as you can, and be in mind that when you prestige you lose it and you'll need to rebuy it until you get the perks, which is keep skill tiers and everything, okay? And then you really do want the cheaper skills as soon as you can, because obviously the quicker you can buy that, the more money you're going to save. But it is only 5% at the start, so uh, I wouldn't spend 250 charge just on that if that's all you had, because 5% is not going to make that much of a difference. Okay, I would be focusing more on like egg drop amounts and egg drop rates for 250, and definitely just whatever you can put in honey surge. But yeah, so absolutely amazing, guys. I'm having so much fun. I think that's pretty much all I can give you at the moment. The honey pots, I will share a video with you as soon as I've found them all and opened up everything. We'll do a complete like back-to-back boss battles. Because it's Blazing and we know how Blazing works within Minor Tycoon, expect the updates to be pretty relentless and fast. And new additions, there's going to be better bosses, there's going to be stronger bosses, there's going to be teamwork stuff. It's going to have everything. You know it does because it happened on Minor Tycoon. It started quite basic on Minor Tycoon and then just developed into something incredible. So I fully expect the same thing to happen in here, guys. And yeah, so come and check it out. Again, I'll leave the map code in, and thanks for watching. Fallout out.